to steal games against Burn, like pre-boarded. Um, let me reboot their cart. Sometimes it freezes. That's probably not card holder's fault though. All right, check out. Oh, I don't have enough on our budget, so hold up. Okay. What do we really want to test? Do we really, really, really want to test the double fulminator? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put one fulminator main. I'm gonna continue to put one of the pulses side. I'm gonna cut this one, and then we're gonna add another ceremonies because I already have it, and then we'll call it a deck, and we'll play 2-man. And then I'm probably gonna call it a night. I know you guys really wanted to see some magic, and then before we cue this up, I want to touch on Zombalance. Did I stutter? Zombalance. Yeah, we're actually going to rename this deck again. I think Soul Toll Delirium is a nice name, but to me, this deck is Snakes on a Plane. if it's gonna run the Farika engine, it's Snakes on a Plane. And you know, you guys are at the mercy of my deck naming sometimes. Yeah, we'll run the Fulminator. In addition to the Ghost Quarters, I think it'll help. So let's go back to this. Let's cut a Fulminator and... Nope, that's still too much. Is there something else I could cut? Could cut the extra Maelstrom Pulse. What would that do? Cool. So we can get that. Let's cut it and run something else spicy. Well, there are snakes and planes. Well, no, like planes is in like the multiverse, as in like a plane of existence. That's fair. Planeswalkers, yeah. Okay, what's another spicy card we could add to the board? What's something else we tried on the board? What was it? I don't have enough budget to get all these cards. I have enough to get one Brutality, one Scourge, and one Fulminator Mage right now. What is something else we wanted to test? Cages? This guy, Yixla Jailer. Oh, no, you know what it was? I wanted to test a Phyrexian. Because I have, like, nothing that's... I don't have really anything relevant that's tutorable for the Coco match. I think I wanted to test a Revoker. I do have a Revoker. Needle's always an option. I actually was going to use Revoker. Because you can name Druid. I can lend you a mage if you want, says Buckin. Oh, that's very kind. Druid. What about Extirpate? No, you name the Druid off of the Revoker. What is it called? How can I not remember the name of the freaking 2-drop? Somebody's going to say it in a second, and I'll be like, yep, that's it. In a second. I know it's a Druid. There's so many Druids in Magic. Alright, let's put a -1/-1 counter. -1. It's devoted. That's the one. Yeah, if we're going to play something like Needle or Revoker, we need to have all the relevant names memorized. Oh, I actually have a copy of this thing. Yeah, so in that matchup, you just named Devoted Druid. I mean, there are other things you can name in the matchup, but this is the big one. What if you just name Druid with Needle? No, I would name Druid with Revoker. Well, wait a minute. Needle... Hold up. Because Needle and Revoker affect different things. Like, Needle is mana abilities. Active abilities or sources of the chosen name can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. Is Druid, though, a little bit different in that because it's got the whole -1/-1 counter trigger thing going on that you can still name it with Needle? What about a Dark Blast? I like Dark Blast. I think that we should stay true, though, Stream, to the Traverse engine. I mean, I think choosing... If there is a creature option that does what we're looking to do, we should certainly consider it above the non-creature version. I mean, like, look at all these, you know, critters that are on purpose. Like Thrun, Rexage, Collector, Hunter, Maggot, Archmage, Revoker. What about Life from the Loam? Yeah, but also you have to remember, Crazy, Tron runs... Relic of Progenitus. Ghost Quarter lock people out. You want Magus of the Crucible in here? Oh, I know. Ooh! Thank you, sir. Alright, Buck and Broncos, let me know when you need those Fulminators back. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, so that means you don't have to get the Fulminator anymore. And then that means we can get the second Maelstrom Pulse, which is probably more correct than Revoker. This is a little specific. So, another Fulminator. I wanted to do the 1-1 split on the Fulminator Mages, to be honest with you, stream. I think the 1-1 split is the sweet spot. And then if we wanted, we could maybe cut a rejection and then add the sideboard. I'll get us another Maelstrom Pulse. Yeah, Crucible on a stick seems sweet for sure. Oh yeah, that's definitely something that we're going to have in the deck, Tux Dev, eventually. I have a 30 if you need. No. 2 is the sweet spot for this deck, I think. Thank you. Just let me know when you need them back. If you're still here at the end of the stream, I can just get it back to you tonight, which is easiest. Let's see. Brutality, Scourge, Maelstrom Pulse. That's what I'll try to get for us. Yeah, the Crucible creature is going to be sweet, Kron, when it comes out. I don't think I want to actually run Crucible Muffin. I'd probably still run Loam first in this deck, but yeah, Maelstrom Pulse. I think 2 Maelstrom Pulse is sweet. There are a lot of matchups where I wish I had another one to be able to sideboard into. I only had the one mainboard copy, and it's just... In these Sultai control shells, it's just so powerful, and we only have one, witness, so... Alright, let's check out. So that's 21 tickets just for these 3 cards. Jeez. The most expensive of which, rightly so, being the Collector Brutality. Let me go ahead and grab these cards for us, so I'll put it in the order, and we should see them soon. What about a Big Game Hunter? There is one. It's right here. Card's great. I tutor for this all the time. I've almost wanted a second copy because of that. Tutor for the card a lot. But even the Flesh and the Brutality main are a little bit more flexible than those pieces. Again, I could see the deck running 2 Scavenging Ooze. That's one of the benefits of being heavy green. Besides being able to use things like Witness and Thrun, you also get to use Scavenging Ooze quite effectively. Benefits of being blue-blue, we get to not only play Glen, but the same turn that we play it, we have blue open usually to activate it. The Fulminator Mages and the Big Game Hunters will be the greediest thing about the mana base, but you know what, we just added another Overgrown, so I think they're not going to be too terrible. Collective Brutality to Madness, the Big Game Hunter, yeah. Oh, I'm sure that's going to come up, Tuxdev, especially since I just went ahead and added another Brutality. Now again, it might not be correct to do triple main Brutality. You might actually just want to main the Big Game Hunter. This guy comes up a lot, although he's specific. You could mainboard a Maggot, because your tutor target, although this is pretty bad in some matchups. You could just mainboard the Glen, because she's quite powerful, but bad in some matchups. You could just mainboard the second Pulse. Oh, that's the end of my timer. Alright, let's get this match going, and then I'm going to go to bed. That was just a reminder timer. I wasn't necessarily going to stop streaming when that went off. That was just me letting myself know that it's, getting almost time for me to sleep. I got something going on in the morning. What about the Devour Flushes? I think the Flushes are fine. Like, I like the 3 of Brutality, the 3 of Flesh, and the 3 of Rejection. It's just, you can't really mainboard Rejection right now for obvious reasons. It's still by and large a sideboard card. They actually did make a couple improvements to the trading system on Magic Online. You just saw one of them. It asked me for which trade binder I would like to use. So they are slowly but surely making improvements to Magic Online. So that's very exciting to see that happening with the new staff. Alright, so that's what we're going to do. Let me screenshot this. Snakes on a Plane. Oh, we didn't rename it. And that is a double entendre. For sure. I don't even know. I guess we'll do a Garrick box. It's his deck after all. Oh, the Thragtusk is great. Not only does this line up this lines up really great against Smasher, it also lines up great against Gurmag, Angler, and Tazgur, occasionally Deathrite. Excuse me, Deathrite. Occasionally Death Shadow. Anyway, let's jam, and then I'm going to go to bed. And then, does somebody want to just run a New Lily? We don't have enough budget for New Lily right now, but I can talk to Card Hoarder and we can talk about that. So let's just do a Q. And let's do a 2-man with Modern. So no matter what we go up against, let's just jam. And I'll show you that this build of the deck, although, I mean, I liked the Goyf build, That was really cool. That was the first time I played a playset of Goyf in paper. I mean, I've done it online a few times, but I've never done it in paper, so that was cool. Outside of, like, borrowing a deck from friends. So that was really, really neat, actually. So the tournament was, I guess the Modern side of the tournament was cool for that, but it just kind of was a bit of a stinker, other than that. New Lily's the kind of recursion you were talking about. I think the deck certainly could be on a New Lily. You know? Whoa, 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 Magic Online. Hello. Hello there. Hello. This is a very flex hand. I worry that it's not going to hit Delirium on time, however. My opponent's also on the play. And you can kind of count traverses as a land drop sometimes. So, I mean, while this isn't a bad hand, it doesn't have any reactive spells. This is very much like it's got our draw and our tutor engines. It only has one answer, but this isn't an answer if he's combo. Why don't we mull to a 6? This is perhaps a little bit worse, but I think I have to keep. Our opening hand actually was better. Okay, we can do that. Keep. Our opening hand was better, but we'll see what we're up against. I think the push might be relevant. We'll see. Yep, Windswept Heath deck. Probably good to keep a push hand. Yep, glad that we mulled. Alright. Now, we do have to shock on this push, but that's okay. Pulse. Okay. I don't think I can afford to play the Talari West tapped. I think what I would do here is maybe even just play Island. I mean, if we traverse, we're just looking for a basic, which seems not great. Although that would help us set up the Maelstrom Pulse. So the matter of it is, do you want to set up Maelstrom Pulse, or do you want to... I mean, us having that push for the Nakal, even though we had to shock ourselves, did prevent a significant amount of damage. Because we would have taken 3 and then another 3 before we ever had the Pulse online. I think I'm just going to play Island Seago. Now, if we get into an emergency situation or he plays like a second voice, although pulsing voice never feels good. Oh, ooze? Okay. Ooh, we had the combo. Wow. Wow, just the natural. And that's the benefit of running the playset of Foretold, but like it looks like even with the 3 of, like we're still getting there sometimes. So let's go ahead and draw our 3 cards. And now we have access, if we want, it'll hurt a little bit, but we can get to another blue source, we can Talari West, we can balance next turn, basically is what I'm telling you. So this deck, I mean, even if we didn't have the Talari West in my hand, we have the Traverse, we still could chuck, like this is our green source, I still could Traverse into West, into finding the balance regardless. Yeah, so this is going to be a Dece balance. It's going to take him off all his threats. So we are going to search up the balance. This is one of the important things that our deck does. By turn 4, we've got a pretty consistent... Although cutting a Foretold means we're going to get it a little less, but we have a relatively consistent, restore balance. So we do have the West here. We are going to have to shock ourselves, so this is going to hurt significantly, which is bad because the opponent's probably on some number of burn spells. But we have the Thragtusk and maybe follow it up. So we are going to be going down some lands here. However, but I think it's just so important that we remove his board, except for, I guess he gets to keep the voice token, but it's not really a choice. We really have to Wrath here, so I'm trying to think about the best land to do it with. I think I have to Delta into the Watery Grave. I'm trying to think about what colors I want to be left with afterward. I actually think I'm supposed to get the Breeding Pool. We're going to be left with 2 lands after this. We're going to go with the Ghost Quarter in the Island. Kron says you have full Pulse. Pulse doesn't help enough, Kron. I need to wipe his board. I mean, I know he gets the token back. Can you fetch another island? No, I can't. That's the only island I have. Well, this is the only mainboard interaction where we need blue-blue. Finding the restore balance. Alright, so why don't we go ahead and just do it? You have the Pulse for the token? Oh, yeah. We'll be fine. It's going to hurt, but... I mean, unless his hand is just chock full of burn spells, we'll be fine. I think I'm actually going to go with the Breeding Pool. I wish I had a cheap follow-up to do afterwards. I guess I could traverse afterwards.